Grouping alarms in Ignition is an important concept. You may not want to see every alarm in a single view. A lot of times you want to view alarms for a particular area of your plant or for a certain set of alarms. There are a few ways to group alarms in Ignition. The first is to use the folder structure of our tags. So as you can see here, I have a few folders like Machine A, Motors, and Routable. Inside each of these folders, I have an alarm. So on the screen, I can actually filter for alarms within a particular folder. And we can actually use wildcards to search for multiple folders. Like I can put M star, and I can search for all the alarms in Machine A and the Motors folder since they both start with the letter M. If you don't want to use the folder structure here, because that does require you to actually organize your tags into that hierarchy, you can actually use the alarm configuration. So if I go into one of my alarms, every alarm is going to have a display path. The display path is something you type in there. And so you're in control of whatever it is. You could put forward slashes or special characters in there that you could then search for on your screen. So you can filter for whatever you type into a display path. Again, you can actually use wildcards to match certain patterns. The third way, and it's the most recommended way, is to use associated data. Associated data is information you add to an alarm. So for example here in this configuration, I can go up here at the top, I can click on the green plus icon to add an associated data at the bottom. And here I can call this whatever I want. Typically I will call it group. And you can make that value static or dynamic. Typically it's going to be static. I can actually say for example, group A. So every single alarm that I configured, I can go add associated data called group and specify whatever value I want here. And that's separate from the folder it's in and separate from the display path. So that way it's something that I add that's extra that I can go use for filtering. So there's a few ways you can actually filter alarms. And in the next lessons, we're going to show how we can actually filter that on the status component itself.